Today, God says, do not let the enemy dampen your zeal. Pessimism and unbelief are pseudo-sophisticated, but they simply generate dust and ashes. Believe what others say is foolishness, because I use the foolish things of the world to perplex the smart. I employ the lowliest of things that people scorn to release the full weight of my splendor. You don't have anything to prove or apologize for. Never listen to your detractors or respond to those who demand an explanation when you know you have acted by my voice. The spirit of the mocker is being driven out of your country. You requested new light, and today I am bringing a whole new spiritual ecosystem over you. The darkness is dispelling, and the light of forgiveness and relinquishment frees you from your bindings. The Father adds, you will walk into the new day. Today is all about commissioning, engagement, and outcome. I am commissioning my inside you character. I am combining my dunamis might with your weakness and need to bring about a kingdom consequence that will change how you appear, think, and act even now. I announce that you are beloved. You will not only believe it, but you will recognize it as your default experience with me. Be interruptible, since interruptions of grandeur are on the way. Someone will knock on the door and say, I was driving by, and something compelled me to stop and knock on your door. Can you help me? You'll be in the grocery store, and the cashier will reach for your products, look at your face, and begin crying. Are you prepared for that? You will be unable to conduct business as usual because what I am doing in and through you is not normal. They will restrict traffic outside your house to accommodate the crowds, and you had no plans to do anything other than go about your day, because I am here, and I am changing and changing and changing those things that have drowned out my presence in the earth. The Father predicts that neighborhoods, cities, and nations will be disrupted as I come to redeem the purchased possession and claim what I paid for on the cross. Unbelief and failure theology will no longer control my people because I am now showing them what a living, loving, and present God is willing and capable of doing. Are you prepared? Knock, knock, and again. This very day, I am rethinking your life from a new perspective. Your history will no longer be a reliable guide to who you are or where you are heading in my kingdom. The Father says, on this day, I release to you the template of destiny that I crafted before the foundation of the world. No present condition or contradiction can or will usurp that pattern. Be opened, say your eyes, and be opened, say your ears, and you will no longer be blind or deaf in my reign. Don't worry about what people think or what the opponent says. Because you are aware of Satan's schemes, you need not fear his threats, for my plan and my purposes have been cast over you like a self-fulfilling mantle of favor, blessing, and strength. Look to me, says the Father, and disregard the winds of adversity and the adverse natural conditions, for my hand is not unreachable, and my heart is ready to bring now the change and upgrade you have pleaded for. My goodness comes before my glory. You have asked for more glory, and it is attainable, says the Father. Your access to my effulgence is based solely on the shed blood of the cross, not on any other criteria. My throne does not have a performance-based approach. Only the shed blood can grant you access to the glory you have requested. My splendor, says the Father, is an inside genuineness, not an outer manifestation. I live among the cherubim, in the inner chambers of your heart and life. Moses called out to behold my glory, but first, my goodness needed to pass before him. So get ready, get ready, Get ready, says the Father, because I will cause my kindness to pass before you, lodge in your life, and come to actuality and complete manifestation beginning now. My goodness is the prelude to the splendor you seek, and I am eager to respond to your plea. The Father says, rejoice. Celebrate and be pleased, since today is the day that everything changes. Don't be concerned about missing out on what I'm accomplishing on earth. When the shift occurs and my spirit is released, I will make certain that you are in the crosshairs of my splendor. You see, when I breathe on the earth, you are the breezeway through which I exhale, says the Father. I take in your requests and exhale your declarations, and the world changes. Look not at the circumstances and conditions in your life that contradict my promise, for they are subject to change, and I am the God who can make it happen. The Father says, this day I call you to come near to me. Refuse to be distracted by the enemy's false proposals that would compel you to gaze away from my uncovered face. Accept my invitation and allow the spirit of encouragement to elevate your spirits and restore your pleasure. Refresh yourself in my effervescent favor, says the Father, since the gushing springs of joy and exhilaration are breaking the surface of your life and sweeping away all despair. Engage in conversation with my living potential and end the conversation of failure and grief, for it is not your inheritance in my kingdom. Be agitated. Persuade yourself. You can afford it, says the Father, because I am replenishing the joy banks in your life and releasing the substance of everything I have promised to you today. There is no such thing as regret in love. The Father responds, I have no regrets that I spent heaven's best on your behalf. Today, my heart is bigger for you. My love for you has no bounds, no depth, no height. If Calvary were called for again today, I would bestow my only begotten upon you once more for the love with which I have loved you. My love is not a clinical concept or an arcane, disconnected idea. My love for you is at the core of who I am. I would not be the all-sufficient one if I did not love you, for my love is ingrained in every facet of my character. My relationship with you is one of passion, intensity, and unwavering support. You are clean because of the word I spoke to you in the secret place. A private location is a place of abiding for you, not just passing through. The adversary of your soul would lure you into a tangle of vain things and vain ideas, but I say to you, oppose the enemy, and his plan will fail. The pressure caused by circumstance and problems will vanish in the secret realm, for there is no dominion but mine there. I am the author and finisher, says the Father, and in the secret place, I have scribbled my promises on the scroll of your life, and what I have written cannot be undone. So come to this secret area in your heart and thoughts today. Allow me to wash you clean of false thoughts and irrational expectations. Allow my fire to purify you as gold in the secret chamber and leave you faultless in my image. My dear, please leave. Come away from earthly things and descend into the area where deep calls to deep, that I may replenish your spirit, restore your mind, give you strength for the day, and sinew for the battle. Tear yourself away from the enemy's mental diversion and distortion of vision, and you will find yourself rooted in my love and secure in my everlasting arms. You are the one who will hear my voice. I am now providing you with discernment to a higher degree than previously. You will contemplate my goodness, and the distillation of my spirit will manifest truth in the depths of your being. You will be a student of the Rhema, as others have been of the Logos, even my present truth that is explicitly and directly applied to your day-to-day life. You will be able to answer the question, purpose in your heart to act on what I disclose and prompt and compel you to do and say, in your life and the lives of others. I'll put you in the right location at the right moment, and miracles will happen. Miracles will happen as long as you and others cooperate with what I reveal through the still, small voice. Prepare to move with the cloud of my spirit and the pillar of fire as my voice brings transformation. The Father promises, I will give you projects, purposes, and strategies from heaven. I will show you the pay window for the natural resources required and offer you more blessings than you can imagine. Many will be delivered of an orphan spirit as they come to and around the love, provision, and ministry that I am sending to you and through you out to others as you walk in the Papa God anointing. Today, a portal of grandeur follows you everywhere you go. You do not need to look for some external area or geographical location because who I am within you is the one who saves, heals, and delivers. I gave my life on the tree to give you everything that Calvary has to offer. I am the Christ within, manifesting your expectation and hope. Give up all self-referral and self-insecurity, and allow me to be your all in all. I am the rock that followed the children of Israel through the wilderness, and I am the water that refreshed them in the desert that came from that rock. Today, I am that same resource in your life. I am the fire by night and the cloud by day who follows you around at all times. I am releasing the whole of my grace, blessing, and substance through the entrance of my glory within. Your words and declarations have awakened and poured out that glory into you right now. The Father replies, draw this day on my glory. Make use of my resources. My glory is linked to your hopes, and all your heart's cries will be brought to fruition. Today, God says, I have a plan unfolding around you and being birthed in you. I have a strategy, but you don't completely comprehend it. You've sought and attempted to establish in your mind the bounds of what your spirit has informed you I am about to accomplish, but I say don't worry. What I am doing is not dependent on your comprehension but on your obedience. Servants obey from the mind, but your obedience comes from the heart, as a beloved child, not as an indentured servant. Come today and let go of your concepts and principles, and be freed into the rare atmosphere of my thoughts. My thoughts are forming you, and my thoughts are passing through you. My thoughts are releasing energy and information into you that will lead to breakthroughs, adjustment, and promotion. Climb higher. My voice might be heard clearly in your country. Your hearing isn't as excellent as it could be, but I'm working to improve it. Yes, I am supernaturally increasing the volume of my voice in your life. You will receive my downloads into your spirit in tranquility and relaxation, and as you act in line with my revealed will, my purpose in your life will not fail. I am the banner that flies above you. Today, I am Jehovah Nissi in your life. The Father responds, I have made your person the rallying point for angel reinforcements. So be prepared to watch their activity in and around you. When man fails you and those who should have gone to your aid do not, have no fear, for I am your comforter and supporter. Even if your friends and family are silent, I will fiercely support you. Forgive those who have neglected you or even avoided their responsibilities. They did what they did and are who they are. Do not expose yourself to emotional risk by expecting them to change their hearts or thoughts. Give me your disappointments and wounds, says the Father, and I will heal, restore, and sustain you until the problem is resolved. There will be moments when others, despite their best intentions, will disappoint you with their actions, but I will never disappoint you, says the Father. I will always be available to you. I will take up your cause, defend you, protect you, and provide for you. From now on, there will be no lack, denial, or delay, according to the Father. So take heart and be encouraged, because your blessing time has arrived. God says today that you don't have to persuade me to act on your behalf because I am eager to intervene in your life. The provisions of the cross answer yes and amen to all of my words' promises. My default response to you is yes, says the Father, because I will never leave you or forsake you. I will transport you to your secure harbor and anchor you in my eternal arms. So come confidently, the Father says. Come expectantly via the new and living path that my consecration has provided for you. My throne is a throne of grace, and my heart is a heart of kindness for you. I'm not going over your flaws and limitations before I say yes to your request. When I look into your life, I see nothing that causes me to hesitate, for the blood poured on your behalf cleanses you and allows you to approach my courts without fear or intimidation. I have deeper depths and higher heights than you can conceive, declares the Lord, and I will place the victor's garland on your brow as you put all your troubles and concerns upon me this day. A prediction for the new year. Prophet Russ delivers a prophetic message in a very personal way to position you for the fullness of what God has planned for your life in the next year. Please share this word with others after hearing it. Faith works through love, and you put this word to work in your life when you share it with someone who needs encouragement. Remember that whatever you accomplish for others, God will accomplish for you. Then, by sharing it with others, you can activate the working of this word on your behalf, since faith works via love. Then, by sowing into the word of your giving, combine this word with some trust. 2023 is a year to ruin the kingdom for you. No more mingling, no more going back, no more looking back. God says, put your hand to the plow and don't look back, because my soul has no pleasure in him who looks back. God is pleased when you invest your heart, your energies, and your focus unwaveringly into God's works. So, regardless of the pressure you're under, stay linear in your decision. You are putting your hand to the plow, setting your forehead like a flint, a hard rock used to kindle fire, for when you press into the pressure, you burst out into the kingdom. What is the kingdom at ground zero in your life, marriage, finances, and spiritual life when you break into the kingdom of righteousness, peace, and joy? In practice, righteousness is when all you say and do becomes as effective as what God said or done. God says it is time to wreck the kingdom. This is the point at which the plowman overtakes the reaper. That doesn't happen to everyone. It happens to someone who has mastered the law of God and has progressed beyond the law of sowing and reaping into the law of love. Now, Jesus went to the crucifixion out of love, and in doing so, he rose above the rule of sowing and reaping. He could not have died because he had done nothing worthy of death. Because he did not sow death, he could not reap death. Jesus gave up his life. He rose to the position of Lord of the harvest. We are in the same place as he is in heaven. By acting by the greater law of love, Jesus asserted power over the lower law of reciprocity. So enter the law of love. Love is not about being a victim. Love is about ascending, always considering things sown in the past that require a failing harvest, things in the past, bad decisions, wrong choices made out of folly or moral laxity. God says you are not bound by your history. Your past does not define you. Therefore, climb into the law of love, calling for a failed harvest for all the negative things sown in the past to become fertilizer. God wants you to rise and become Lord of your harvest, transitioning from being subject to sowing and reaping into the greater law of love, so that you can once again call for a failed crop and avoid reaping the mistakes or negative things. Certain things fail, but love never fails. Because love never fails, when you seed it, you will harvest it. God says He is bringing you to the stage of maturity when you will recognize that just as He is God in the blessing to reward obedience and faith, He is also God in the chastisement, loving us with His correcting hand when your transgressions have tainted your testimony.